For today's hidden treasure, we will take a closer look at a lamb. You see, the idea of a lamb is very important in the Gospel according to John. But what was so significant about a lamb? Well, when we look at John chapter 13, we read about the Last Supper that Jesus had with his disciples. We often think about the Last Supper as the Passover meal. But if we carefully read the Gospel of John, we'll see that that's not the case. You see, during the Passover meal, the centerpiece of the meal was a lamb. And the Passover lamb could only be eaten if it was slaughtered in the temple at the very same day of the Passover meal. Yet, in his Gospel, John seems to go out of his way to let all of us know that Jesus and his disciples did not eat lamb during their Last Supper. Let's take a closer look together. John 18:28 clearly states that the Jewish leaders led Jesus from Caiaphas to the Praetorium, but they themselves did not go into the Praetorium, lest that they should be defiled, but that they might eat the Passover. So, this would mean that the supper that Jesus and his disciples had took place before the Passover meal. We get further confirmation of this in John chapter 13 verse 1, which states that the Last Supper took place just before the Passover festival. This leads us to a very important question. So what? Why does it matter that Jesus and his disciples did not eat lamb for their last dinner, and why does John go out of his way to make sure we know that? Is John trying to say that Jesus was a vegetarian? Definitely not. The reason for making this point is so much bigger and so much more important. We see the reason why the very next day after the Last Supper, Jesus is crucified at midday. It was the very same time of the day when most scholars believe the Passover lambs were slaughtered in the temple. John tells us that Jesus and his disciples did not have lamb at their Last Supper because Jesus is the Lamb. He is the fulfillment of the Passover. Just as John's Gospel states in the very first chapter, Jesus is the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. And that's today's hidden treasure.